one thing can get you to another thing. I mean, now I direct documentaries, but when I started, they said, we'll get you to direct them in a while, but I started as like a boom mic operator for one of the documentaries in the locations of where I lived in August. But now I work directly in exactly what I love doing, and it didn't take a lot of time, it just took open-mindedness, which I think, yeah, you guys all need to have that, because you're not, like, I don't think you'll start in your dream job, unless, I mean, some people do, but it's very rare. But if you really want it, there is opportunity, a lot of it. My second big thing is that there are a lot of remote jobs for all of you writers and editors and all of that. If you are open to remote jobs, like, that'll open the range of possibility. And I think a huge thing also that I've noticed is that there's a huge rise in low budget indie filmmaking. And I know my budget for our company, it's not huge, yet we can do a lot of things. People just go out and shoot on their iPhones. So, I mean, right now is the time to just go out and do stuff. Like, let your creative juices flow. That's what I did the whole summer. Last summer, I had just gotten a camera for my graduation present, which was really cool. And I just went out and did stuff and edited them, and I just kind of put them in my reel, and one of them actually the company hired me for. I have a couple tips for you guys, because I struggled, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. To get a job, there were some moments where I felt like I would never get a job, which, please don't lose hope, you will. First thing I think that people don't talk a lot about is customization. I mean, maybe here they do. I know when I graduated, I thought I just was sending my resume to everyone, and the same exact one, but especially in filmmaking, customize. Per job, look at the keywords that they have. They'll have words that say, like, sometimes it'll say, like, a communicator. Just add that word in your resume somehow. Work it into the stuff, because nowadays they have algorithms that'll they won't even look at your resume first thing. They'll get 100 and they'll put it through a ChatGPT AI thing, and it'll flag the words that they need you to have on your resume. And you know how I know this? Because now I hire. I have to hire all these interns, but a lot of the times we're receiving like resumes through the websites, but the websites have their own tools that'll say, hey, we put this one on top because it had 10 keywords that matched your job offer thing. I take really time to interview people, but not a lot of people do that. They'll interview like the 5 top contenders. So just know that if you get the interview, you're probably gonna get you'll probably get on the top of the list. A second thing is, I think that you should, especially as filmmakers, you guys should put a section in your resume, which I started doing, and really it caught people's attention. Your technical skills. I mean, don't be afraid. You're super confident, so keep that. But put it also in your resume. I mean, add like you're proficient in all of these editing softwares and color correction, whatever it is. And people are afraid to admit, but they are wowed by websites and like software proficiency and things like that. It'll really help you. But actually be proficient in those softwares. You don't want to be thrown in a project and, oh wait, what do I do with this? Also super important, the references. People will ask you like one-to-one, they'll be like, okay, who's your reference? What do they do? I would say 1 academic, 2 non-academic works for the film world. It works best. And people will call your references. Sometimes they don't, but most often they do. So don't put a friend, because they will see through that. And don't put like a family member. Don't overcrowd your reels. Like, don't put like 10 to 20 things in your reel. They will look at 2 of them, the 2 first ones, or they'll pick a middle one, and like, imagine that middle one is like mid. You don't want that. There is no way, and I say this with love and concern, that you have made 20 great pieces to this day that are real material. Choose 2, 3 that are your best work. And last thing, create a list of technical questions that you know how to answer. So, like, literally, if you want, you can even like go online and search technical questions for an editor, technical questions for an animator, whatever it is, and they will pull up a list of things that they might ask you. How do you file how do you label your files as an editor? What metadata do you use? And if you're like, yeah, chances are you don't look super professional. So prepare that.